Oh my goodness. Did your internet crash today? Because my world did. I am in the room, in the house with my buddy, we are in Cleveland for the FDRS conference, and several of our friends here at the roundtable will be joining us later. Please jump in. Let us know who is in the chat. Let us know what's going on with you. It's a little bit freewheeling tonight. I will do the normal introductions, but I have to tell you, I'm sort of kvetching and kvelling in every Yiddish word I can think of, because I've been waiting 2 years. This was the first person I ever interviewed who had lipedema. And I fell in love with her. And now I'm with her in person, and she is as amazing in person, even more so. So I'm gonna make you cry. I'm gonna make you cry. Okay. And then we have Pale Ginger Pear, who I'm gonna see in person. Marcia Witt, thanks for logging on. Hey, Marcia. Hey, Marcia. Oh, Casey, I can't freaking wait to see you either. The Lippy butterfly is flying into Cleveland. When do you arrive?
I'll get into Columbus tomorrow night and then into Cleveland Friday afternoon.
Can't wait. Can't wait. We'll be so excited. It's wonderful. Cheryl Skolage, when is your arrival at the FDRS conference?
I'll be starting to drive tomorrow, and I'll be arriving on Friday. So can't wait to see you.
Seems to be the day. Pat, PGP, when are you showing up? Now you have a dinner with Dr. Jamie's group coming up, right?
Yeah. So that kind of like was a last minute to me. I don't know. Like it was like, hey, we're doing dinner Thursday. Do you want to join us? And like, I was going to say no. So I'm actually going to be driving tomorrow for dinner and then going back home and doing the mom duty to make sure he goes to school Friday morning. And then I'm picking my friend Kim.
He goes to school.
Yeah. And then picking my friend Kim from California up from the airport. She's one of the ones that pops in and sees me and takes care of me when I'm out there for surgery.
Oh, that's lovely.
She was a patient of Dr. Jamie's. We actually met. Her first surgery was the day after my first surgery. I was coming out of my post-op. She was going in for surgery, and we talked, and we have been like inseparable ever since.
Aww.
And
well, you can do that with people, PGP. People just fall in love with you.
Now, if it could just translate to men, it would be.
Hey, you're enough. Alone, even without, but that's another whole episode. And I'm learning to navigate those waters too. And then my last introduction is the amazing Lipedema.living, Susie Boshoff. Susie wants to be here, but here's the good news. And many of you in chat are saying you wish you could be here. We get it, but you have lives that sometimes don't necessarily intersect with a conference that's going on. And I think Susie's story should inspire all of us because she is an entrepreneur. She has lipedema, but honey, she is lipedema.living_living. So tell everybody what you're doing over there.
I mean, I'm working on my business. Most of you have been following my gummy bear escapades since the beginning, and it really is exploding in a really amazing way. We've got like our biggest wholesale account and biggest wholesale order just happened. And we had, it's been like all of the things that you worry about in a business. And I'm like, I am 51 years old. Am I actually up for this again? Like starting a business.
So Brenda at 58 wants to smack you for saying that because a loving smack because, you know, honey, you're young. 51.
Thank you.
51 is the new 31 in my estimation. And we love that you're crushing it. And even though we wish that you could be here so we could squish you, we're talking about how we wish we could squish you. We are so happy and proud of you and cheering you on. And that's really what this roundtable is all about. We are cheering all of you on and proud and honored to support you as you manage your lipedema. And now we have Linda Ann Kahn, who we have missed you, my friend. It's so good to see you. And wait.
Hello, and this is my colleague. This is Shanaz, who does all the lymph massage with me at my clinic.
Oh, lovely. Hello. Nice to meet you. And I have been at the clinic and I have been massaged. And can I just say, yummy. That's my assessment of the whole thing. Linda Ann, we have missed you. So you are heading to FDRS as well.
Tomorrow, yes.
Good. And we can't wait. And you're speaking. Tell us what you're speaking about. And then I'm going to go to Patty and what she's speaking about.
So I'm speaking on mast cell activation, mitochondrial dysfunction, and the brain. And I don't think I had a brain when I submitted to speak about that, which was 2 years ago. But it's very interesting because especially Durkheim's patients really suffer from those conditions very, very much. And I think there's more and more people who do have mast cell activation than realize. And it's very, very important. And that's all connected to the brain and the brain fog. And it's really, really important.
I can't wait to hear you speak. And Cheryl, I see you nodding when it comes to mast cell activation. Is this something that you've been digging into as well?
Yes. Back in, I think it was 2018, I went to an EDS conference because, as we know, it's a comorbidity. And I saw Lawrence Afrin speak about MCAS. And he's going to be speaking at FDRS this year, too. So that's really exciting. So
and
we'll have 2 presentations on MCAS.
And
wow.
I found all of his, so much research of his, just unbelievable. And I have his book as well.
Wow, wonderful. Well, I think I'm going to be fangirling all over the place. Our friend Nita Cluis, hearts to Nita Cluis. She says she's crying at the thought of us all being together. But you know, Anita, you're always with us.
Always.
Always, always so supportive, always a part of us. And then someone else said something funny about stalking us. Hey, I've always wanted to be stalked. This is awesome. Wait, who was the one that said that? I don't know. That was a really, really good one. April Sluter, we wish you could be here too. And wait a minute, Jenny Bogine said that you came up with a new adaptation.
Yes, I did.
Well, inquiring minds want to know.
So traveling with lipedema, as you know, can be really challenging. And I did a big rookie mistake when I was packing. And I included a brand new order of my Lane Bryant underwear that I always get. And every now and then they change what they're doing and they don't work. And this new round doesn't work. They bunch on the inner thigh area.
Oh no.
They don't stay in place. And I was struggling because that's what I brought. So today I decided to pop them on backwards. I put the front in the back and they worked. There's no binding in my legs. They're staying put. And you know, sometimes you just gotta do something different. So that's my new flip the script on your underwear.
We must improvise on occasion, all of us, no matter what we're doing and whatever works. And as Jenny Bogine said, it's brilliant. Everybody loves your adaptation. And we also love the honesty. You know, the round.
I have a big thing with the underwear. I was not able to wear underwear for probably about 6 years. My thighs, they would get caught on the lumps that were there, and some of them, they were hard to get down in a really quick hurry. So I had just given up on underwear for about 6 years here. And I just found this company called Cheek Boss online. And I think that it would be really nice for us lipedema ladies. When I got them, there's like no elastic binding in them, not on the bottom and not on the top. So you won't have to deal with the circulation cutoff in addition with all the other things that we're dealing with. They go down really easy, they go up really easy. And I'm probably one of the larger lipedema ladies on the bottom, and they fit me in the second to largest size. So I think that is something worth looking into for us.
Cheek boss. Several people in chat are saying cheek boss. So I had never heard of this before, but I think it's a great tip. Angelique, how you doing?
It has been rough. It has been a rough month. I really want to talk to the FDRS ladies that aren't able to get there, because this was a struggle for me to be able to get here, to be able to go. I need assistance because I'm still in a wheelchair and stuff, trying to find the assistance this time. My sisters had gotten new jobs and nobody was really available. I want to encourage those of you who aren't going, understand that we are there with you in spirit. There's those of us that had to struggle to get there, but also don't give up. This is something that I've been trying for so many years. Ask your friends, ask your neighbors. There are people out there that are willing to help if they understand your story, if they understand what's going on with you, and they understand the drive that's inside of you to get the answers that you've been craving. So don't give up. There is a way for you to get everything that you need if you just stay steadfast in it.
I think that that is really powerful, and I feel inclined to back that up with, you know, so many of us, lipedema or not, face the greatest battle between our ears. It's the negative chatter, the thing that says you're not good enough, or that you're less than, or that you, and fill in the blank. And I'm encouraging all my friends out there, you know, you wouldn't let anybody talk to your best friend that way, right? You would, I said to Patty earlier, you would kick anybody's butt who tried to mess with me. So why not get that same fierce love for ourselves and fight that battle and kick those bad tenets out? Anything that is speaking negatively to you about you is not worthy of you. You are all the most beautiful, wonderful, amazing people that I've ever had the privilege of getting to know. We all go through struggles. We all hear negative chatter, but we are the CEOs of us, okay? And let's be the CEO of us and kick negativity to the curb. And let's embrace the love, not just that we have for each other, because I feel it huge tonight, but for ourselves too. Yeah, for ourselves too. If that is one gift I would like to impart with all of you tonight, that is what's on my heart. Because I'll tell you what, I appreciate going to the gym and taking care of our bodies, but we also need to be stewards of our minds. So anybody else want to talk about that internal battle? Because look, it's real. It's real. I don't have lipedema, but I had loss after loss after loss. And the picture that wants to be painted is loser. I am not. And neither are any of you. We aren't what happens to us. We are who we choose to be. All right, so I'm preaching now, and someone needs to get me to stop. But all right, thank you, Angelique, for the support there. I just feel really compelled to say we are all fighting something. But together we can win. And that's what this roundtable was all about. I was thinking, all right, I promise I'll shut up soon. This roundtable was started 2 years ago. I interviewed Patty Cornu. She was the very first person I ever interviewed. And I fell in love with this community and these women. You are resilient and powerful and strong and mighty and inspiring. And then the roundtables were created and nobody knew. I didn't even know what a roundtable was. I just knew I wanted to do one. And here we are all here 2 years later. That's crazy. And we're friends. Not just those of us here, those of you out there. Those of you out there, you are our friends. And I have to say, shout out to Lympha Press for letting me do this.
Amen.
They gave me carte blanche to say, if you want to create this, go for it. And they said, okay, we have a product to help the lipedema community, but if you feel inclined to support them as people, then I'm behind it. And they let me do it. And here we are today. So I'm just saying, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are valuable. Now, Susie, jump on in there because I know you got stuff to say, and I know everybody's feeling feels. So come on out with it because I don't want to be the only one preaching tonight.
I mean, I feel like Kara's about ready to just burst at any moment. But yeah, I think it's interesting because I will say, I jokingly said the thing about tackling a business, but the truth of it is that I run into challenges all the time where I have to pivot. And I have a choice when I get hit with something. Like I actually have a flu, a weird flu, and it's been hitting me for the last 3 days. And I was like, the timing is so terrible for me, but I know that I'm a little bit worn out. And it's like, I just took a deep breath and like counted my blessings. And I have so many. This community is one of the most important things that I have. You guys have been my rock, even when I'm missing in action a little bit. And you're always there when I pop back up. So thank you. Kara was texting with me today, and I know you wanted to say something about this exact topic.
No, girl. PGP, we are all ears.
So it was with the whole being kind of like your own worst critic kind of thing. Nobody really knows because I haven't really talked about it yet because I didn't think it was going to like actually be a thing. But I am writing a book. And so it is having me relive my life. And I've been through a lot of shit. Like I didn't realize until you're forced to like think about it all back to back, like really close together. And I know like my friend is the editor. I've known him since 4th grade. So like I purposely picked stuff that like he wants the stories. So I knew it was going to be emotional, but I didn't realize like how much, even from early on, lipedema and body image controlled my life. Like controlled it, and not by my choice. Like one of my childhood nicknames was Squeeze because I had such squeezable thighs as a baby that they would pass me around and be like, you have to squeeze her. And so my dad called me Squeezer or Squeeze until we stopped talking. Like that was a nickname from him. And it was like, it started out as like, oh, as a cute baby, chubby thighs are great. And it was all talked about. And then it became, she hasn't lost them. And it was like, everybody was talking about my body but me. And nobody was offering solutions. It was just 24/7 noise that when it's nonstop, it sticks. And it becomes a filter like in your like how you live your day to day. It like overclouds everything. And I was explaining to a friend earlier, like, I'm ready for my surgeries to be done. I'm ready to have to stop thinking about lipedema in every sense for like a day. And I know there's so many women that won't get that opportunity, and I feel awful about it. But this surgery journey on top of writing a book has been so emotional that like I'm just ready for that moment where I can just kind of like switch off and be like, I'm done with this for 24/7. Like just a day, give me a day, and then I'll be back to bitching about it with everybody else. But like we have to think about it for everything. Like going out to eat for a normal non-lippy lady is we're going out to eat. Okay, sit wherever, do whatever, not a big deal. For us, it's Is there something to eat that's not going to make us in pain when we're done? Is there going to be something that, is it all booths? Can we fit in the booth? Is it chairs with arms? Is it high tops only? If it's a high top table, my short lippy thighs aren't climbing on a bar stool. Like, and that's just sitting down before ordering. And that's not even like if the restaurant's crowded and we have to wiggle our way through everybody's chairs pulled out far from the table. And then your belly's bumping this person in the head and your butt shelf's bumping the person behind you in the head. And you just want to get to your seat as quick as possible to not be noticed.
Right.
And then you get to the table and you're like, oh, it's a chair I could sit in. But the guy at the table behind you is pulled 3 feet away from the table so he can spread his legs. And now you have to try to like discreetly sit down and not bump him and not shove the table into your friend. And it's like, this isn't enjoyable. This is what makes women like want to shut down and stay home, because a simple meal at Applebee's is not enjoyable enough for all of that to even get to the table.
Right. You are talking truth, and everybody in chat is saying, yeah, you get it. They understand. They walk it too, but you don't let it stop you.
No, it's exhausting. And I never really talked about it before. And my friend I was telling today, and he wanted to FaceTime. And I'm like, no. So I'm telling this to a friend over FaceTime. And I'm like, just casually talking, but tears are streaming as I'm telling him about it. And I said, I never told anybody or told the reason why I didn't want to go or hesitated to go, because then you feel like a burden on top of it. You make that person now worry and stress, and you ruin their enjoyment of the night. Or you make them go, well, where can we go that's safe? And then you have to think of somewhere else. And then you tell that restaurant, and then it's like, oh, I wasn't hungry for that. Well, then why did you ask me what works for me if you don't want to accommodate me? Like, this is why I say bring a pizza and come to my house, because I know my couch and my area works. Like, so it's frustrating because you're miserable and then have to put on an act and like try to salvage the rest of the evening, or you speak up and you bum everybody out. Like, that's not fun.
Well, all right. So I'm going to push back just a teeny bit, just because I love you and I love the message, but I have found that the people that can't handle me don't deserve to be with me.
I 100% agree. And I'm to that point now. But when I was at my miserablest and wasn't getting answers and was being blamed for how I was, you're not mentally to the point where if I lose somebody, I lose somebody. You cling to whatever you have.
I get you.
And so now I'm just like, whatever, you're out, you're out. One less place I have to go. Like,
but it wasn't automatic to get there, and it's part of the journey. And I think being very candid about that painful part as well helps other people see themselves and say, oh, wow, she gets it and I'm not alone. That's why this book that you're writing is really important. I love, Susan O'Hara published a book, Legs Like Mine, and it's Jeans on a Beach Day, right? And good for her. And the more voices that we get out there that are talking about this and making it not something to be ashamed of, but something that is acknowledged. And then the other thing too, here we are at FDRS and medical professionals, people like Linda Ann Kahn, devoting themselves to help. And we applaud what you are doing, Linda Ann. And I know that Dr. Herbst will be doing the keynote this weekend. And I feel like there's some real momentum going on there. Am I correct in that, Linda? Or am I just being a Pollyanna? Because
there's so much going on. The Lipedema Foundation, I was part of a focus group. They've been looking at all the 2,000 interviews that they did for lipedema and collating it, and they'll be presenting that at the FDRS. And there's just so much happening with all the research everywhere, and through Learn. And yeah, it's It's happening. It's happening. I think we had 40 studies last year alone on lipedema.
Wow. So then if you have the research combined with the candor of the people like Pale Ginger Pear, and together, you know, what I'm hearing and seeing more and more and more, it used to be that we focused all of our attention on the medical professionals, and God bless them, and doing, you know, in-services and all of that. But now patients are walking in to their doctors and their therapists and saying, I want a Lympha press, and here's the standard of care. And they are empowered. It's not like there's nothing to back it up. We've got studies, we've got the standard of care, we've got data, we've got products that really help and that work. So it is good. All right, so tell us about your t-shirt.
So my presentation at FDRS is about finding the balance between the physical and the emotional side. And it's called the tightrope, the Lipoedema Tightrope. And it just got me thinking of the circus. And, you know, you see that, not my circus, not my monkeys. And I'm like, wait a minute. Lipoedema is my circus. This stuff is my monkeys. And I am going to use this as a way. And in my town, we had a restaurant that was one of our favorites when my daughter was really young, called the Circus Cafe. And this was one of the shirts that the staff would wear when they were serving you. And I fell in love with these shirts. So I reached out to the owner. The restaurant is no longer in business, unfortunately. And I just said, hey, Crystal, what do you think about this? She's like, I love it, run with it. So we created a bunch of cute little I Tame Lions, which is really for my husband because he's my trainer. And all different types of shirts to kind of just push that message along. And so you'll be seeing some people wearing them at the conference. And then Miss Kara came up with a great idea for post-conference, I'm not your sideshow, right? And so what a powerful statement. So we've created that as well. And I'll put them available if anybody actually wants to get one for themselves. But we just wanted a way to kind of, you know, be fun and be together and take that really serious living with lipedema and turn it around and make it something that we can do without, you know, it's always going to be challenging, but to continue to do it, we need that balance, that flow, that energy. So making things fun, posting things about, you know, a Friday night ride to get people excited about being active. That's all I've been like trying to do is find ways to integrate the stuff just into our regular lives and have fun with it. And that's it.
I love it. I so want one of those shirts, and I can't wait. You know, like I'm going to be the fangirl in the front row going whoop, whoop when Patty's talking. I mean, we're all so excited, and there's nothing like a message born from the trenches. That's why every time Kara speaks, every time Susie speaks, every time Lippy Butterfly speaks, look, Cheryl, Patty, I am just the honored one that gets to moderate all of this, but it's your authenticity and your journeys that really make not just the roundtable, but help to provide a glue in the lipedema community. And so, you know, heart bows to all of you, my friends. It's really kind of special. And by the way, Kara, thank you. Because Angela Gray said, I just found out about Lympha Press thanks to PGP. And I also had another person contact me this past week. I saw Pale Ginger Pear and how easy it was to get into her Lympha pants. Just push the button. And so we're helping people, and that means the world. Oh, and I interviewed Debrina McEwen. Do you know her?
She's fantastic.
She's amazing, like star quality. And Debrina also got her Lympha press and is seeing great results. It's just exciting to make a difference in people's lives. Okay, so go ahead, Linda Ann.
I have a male patient who has lipedema.
Really?
He's amazing. And he has his Lympha pod that is helping him so much. just that, and then whole body vibration. I had him do on when he sits at his desk. So he has that on for a few hours, and between the two, there's been a huge difference. He's very large and a lot to do, but it's made a huge difference. So thank you, Lympha Press.
Thank God for the, thank Lympha Press, but I'm like, we just interviewed Sean Mulrooney, who is the head of the Obesity Revolution. And he's, currently around 600-700 pounds. I forget exactly, but there is an answer for, look, don't feel bad, whatever weight you are. Our Lympha Pod can help you. It is a full body garment that you can just zip up and it can compress your whole body.
Like a sleeping bag.
Like a sleeping bag, yes. So just reach out to me, bviola@lymphapress.com. We would love to help. We have a question or a comment as well from Sandy Susanna, who is watching tonight. We're so glad you're with us, Sandy. She says it's concert season here in Colorado. She loves to go to concerts and dance. Yes, we should have a dance party while we're all together. I agree. Even if I just chair dance, I love to dance. But she's strapped in to compression from toes to chest and arms. She says, sausage time. I think a lot of people can relate to that. So what do others do to A, not roast while wearing compression garments, and B, get funky while all by the way, we love that. Might be my favorite question of all time. B, get funky while all sausaged up. Heat plus compression plus she's on oxygen 24/7. Help! Sandy Susanna, first of all, we love your spunk, and I want to open it up to the panel and see what they have to say about heat and compression and getting their funk on, trying to have a dance party with all that going on. Who can answer?
Or
go ahead, Japan.
Body compression in the summer. Yes, it can be hot, but you actually feel better wearing it than being in the heat and swelling. But before I put it on, I like to spray the whole area with Dove body spray and let it dry a minute. It keeps you from like really sweating underneath it. Also, if it tends to slide or bunch in certain areas, the It Stays roll-on adhesive works wonders to keep it in place, so you don't get the areas where it like slides and dents and kind of gives those creases. When I'm doing full like body leggings that I need to stay in place, I will like do adhesive kind of by the knee, get that in place, and then do the roll-on adhesive on the thighs, get that up in place. I kind of stop mid-thigh with the adhesive so I can pull the top part down for the restroom and not be like ripping skin with adhesive that's not ready to be released yet. But that's just kind of the tips that I've personally picked up, is the body spray to let it dry and not really sweat underneath, and then the It Stays really keeps it in place. If you're going to be like kind of an all day concert venue or like travel to get to it and then be like up and about for several hours.
Really great advice. And the dancing?
Dance like nobody's watching.
That works for me. I do that all the time. I recently told someone in between meetings, because I feel like I'm in a constant series of meetings at work, I put my vibration plate on and my favorite music, and I just jiggle all over the place. Music is a great release, and dancing is a great release. And I may not have all the moves, but I can freestyle. Absolutely. There are a lot of people in chat asking about the Lympha Press, and I would just say, please reach out to me personally. We have representatives all over the country that would love to meet with you. Look, Cheryl, someone visited with you, was it virtually? And with Patty, it was virtually as well, right? For what? For the Lympha Press?
Yes.
Yeah. I've had a couple people reach out to me. Yeah. And then I'll try to connect them up with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if we have a representative right in your town, they'll come and personally show you how to use it, Someone said, can I just buy it outright? You need a doctor's prescription because this is a medical device. So with a doctor's order, we can then work with your team and get the correct paperwork and work with your insurances. We're in network with almost all the insurances, even Medicare. And we'll do our very best. We'll advocate for you because we genuinely care about helping you. And you took yours to Cleveland.
I have it right here. I've used it every night. Now, I want to speak about the cooling in the summer because I bought a cooling scarf and it has these little beads inside it. And you get them wet and it's really weird. They kind of get bigger in the scarf. So it's like a piece of fabric and then it's got and you literally wrap it around your neck and you tie it. It has helped me in the summer so much. And you can get them on Amazon. I think I got mine from REI and they're great, like a camping. I think it was a camping tool. We were going to go camping. And so I bought one and they have them in patterns and they're cute. They worked so well. They just kind of bring your core temperature down and I just love them.
What a great idea. That's awesome. Anybody else do anything to stay cool? I mean, you're all cool, but you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Well, I'd just like to mention that there are a couple of compression brands. It might not be as high of compression that you're normally wearing, but they're considered lymph massaging compression. And often they're really good for those days where you are walking a lot. And so if you're thinking about dancing, then maybe it would be something that you'd consider. And so the lymph massaging tends to be a little bit cooler. And some of the brands also have a summer weight to them. And so they're a little bit thinner with supposedly the same amount of compression in it. And so what I've done with those brands, some of them are dyed in different colors. And so I'll wear them with a dress. And so the dress tends to be a little bit cooler too. So just to mention that maybe that is a possibility for you. So.
Love the advice. Go ahead, Susie. First of all, can I just say shout out to my girl, Christy Curry, who is my friend for Friendsgiving, because she is answering questions. I can't really type because my computer is way farther away than it normally is because I'm in a hotel room. So I can't answer questions like I normally will. So girl, Christy, thank you. Mwah. You gave my email address. Please, everybody reach out to me. Go ahead, Susie.
What I was going to say is I see that there's a lot of new people in the chat. So I have lipedema stage 2 with lymphedema, right? Secondary lymphedema. So, and I live in Florida. So swelling is absolutely a situation and it can be really, really intense. And I want to say one thing, especially if you're new here, if you can get into a body of water over the summer and move your body around, it is like the best compression you can put in your body, aside from the fact that it's just so soothing, but it actually acts like the tightest compression and then double it once you're in 3 feet of water or deeper. So what I try to do is we have a spa that I don't heat ever. And as soon as it's warm enough, and even when it's cold, although I don't like it as much, I go in and I just literally march back and forth and I do exercises and I pretend that I'm like a ballerina swan. And it makes everything else bearable because Florida is brutal. And then I get the capris, but I also don't have the ankle lipedema like some people do. So there's different stages. I'm really big. Everything from mid-calf up just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and super uncomfortable. So those are my little 2 cents. Oh, and I wear dresses like this. It's already getting warm here in Florida. And then underneath it, I have all my compression. This is a compression top. And this is a, and then my compression bottoms. So, and they're capris.
Okay, Susie, we just lifted your dress in front of all.
You're welcome.
And we just think you are just too cool for school. So we love that. Angelique, you're having like a great time over there and you started getting more time in the pool as well where you live.
Oh yeah. 5 days a week, I'm in the pool for an hour to an hour and 15, sometimes an hour and 30 minutes combined with the music. So I dance because I don't, yeah, I don't necessarily like to exercise. I don't want to feel the pain. So once I put the music on and I'm dancing, I'm no longer exercising and the time goes by. It works out just fine. I promise you, if a day or we use like 3 days goes by without me getting in the pool, it is hell on my body. That is some really great compression. It is also wonderful for those of us that suffer from like performance pain. That is the ultimate way that I got rid of it. The hot and cold, they were really nice. The vibration, where they were really nice, but getting in the pool and being able to do the movements that I couldn't normally do outside of the pool because of my size and because of the mobility issues and because of the way that my thighs walk together, the gait is all off and all that type of stuff. Getting in the pool reduces all of that. So I really do recommend getting in the pool with headphones on. Waterproof headphones.
And wasn't our friend Jennifer Williams, didn't she talk about this app where you can actually find available pools? Go ahead, Kara.
Yeah, it's called Swimply. So simply, but it's Swimply. And people, it's an app or a website, and people rent out their pools like Airbnb style, but you're renting just time, typically a minimum of 2 hours at their pool. Her and I used it one of my surgeries, the one in August last year. We rented a pool and went and swam and just kind of floated around the night before surgery, and it was great.
Awesome. Well, I love it. If anybody's in Sarasota, you can come. I got a pool. It's not salt water, but you know, I could use the company. So that'd be great. Go ahead. Oh, by the way, Linda Ann, you would love this comment. Someone said about cooling peppermint oil on the back of the neck.
That's great. Peppermint, spearmint. Yes, you can make it in a spray too. But some of my patients take their compression garments and put it in the fridge. And then you put it on a hot day and it's cooled you for a little while.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Bottle of ice water, spray bottle too helps.
Ice water in a spray bottle. Okay. By the way, there were just planes landing outside of our hotel. Did you hear all that, or was it not a problem? What about that?
This is really bad.
Because I was sort of like, oh no, am I going to have to close the window? It still feels surreal.
I know
that Patty and I are in the same room.
That's crazy.
And it is just, I don't know. It's really, it makes real this community that has come together, and it's super special. So Angelique, what's your go-to song when you're working out and dancing?
Right now, I am into a combination of funk and gospel music. I don't know. So right now, when I do a routine while I'm in the pool, I run and jump for a little while. I listen to a sermon while I'm doing that. But then when I'm over in the corner, I hit Superstition while I'm jogging in place. And then Push a Man. To amp up the speed just a little bit. I do both of those 2 times in a row, but I'm not even really jogging. I'm supposed to be jogging, but it's really just having a good time.
Shake what your mama gave you, and what they always tell me in Zoom,
all of it.
It doesn't matter how much you move as long as you're moving.
Yeah, and I'm definitely creating a lot of waves in the pool. It was something that I had to mentally overcome. I'm like, there's all of these people that are around and all of this junk, and the trunk is shaking and moving. At the end of the day, I need what's best for me. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it and splash it, and they better be careful that they don't get hit with it.
Ooh, love that. I'm a Bruno Mars girl. Like if you give me 24 karat magic in the air. I know. And Kara saying, how am I on this round table? Brenda is so not cool. But
yes, we are.
you know, it is my uncoolness that somehow makes all of this work on occasion. Kara, what's your go-to song?
So my anthem for this whole lipedema journey, surgery journey thing has of course been Childish Gambino. And I mean, he's really my motivation for anything, but getting on the plane for the first surgery, I hit shuffle on my music, which could have been anything from Beatles to NSYNC to Gambino. And it started with him. And the line of the song was "The things I'm doing this year, insanity." And that became like my motto for the surgery journey, because getting surgery to me was insanity at that point. Now it's like, oh, surgery, okay, let's go. But it was such an insane thought to me that this was actually happening. Yeah. And so it kind of became my thing. And then just his older actual raps versus the newer, like, This Is America singing stuff, has such a beat to it that, like, that's what I walk to.
All right, I just got an idea. I get these ideas and I promise I will follow through. By the way, have you seen our posts about the vibration plate challenge? I was even jiggling on there with my thumbs up. We're going to keep it going another month. Please post yourself on your vibration plates. We promise we're going to pick a winner and we'll have a Lympha Press prize pack for you next month. But I want everybody who's out there watching tonight to put in chat, and everybody at the round table, put in chat your go-to workout song. And I'm going to do a Spotify playlist for the Lipedema Patient Roundtable. What do you think? Why are you making a face, PGP?
Well, I will just give a disclosure. If I put in the Gambino song, there is like language.
There's a clean version though, right?
I will look.
Yeah, because I was just telling Patty this before we started tonight. Most of the songs I love are explicit, but she said, just listen to the clean version and then you can sing along. So
it's not as good.
There's that. Okay, this is my fight song, Locked Out of Heaven. I Need a Hero. Come on, whatever it takes. Imagine Dragon, Party in the USA. I Got a Feeling by the Black. We are going to have the Shake Your Booty. Beth, first of all, I met Curvy Girl Beth in the lobby here at the hotel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's in person. It was so lovely to meet you, Beth. And I am the Casey and the Sunshine Band girl too. Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. Fat Freddy's Drop. Bonfire, Childish Gambino. Maniac. Maniac, you mean from Flashdance, right? Now we're talking my era. Cheryl Scoledge, do you have a go-to song? I'm just super interested.
I'm trying to think of what it. Usually I go for a walk, and while I'm walking, I listen to audiobooks. So I'm usually don't have music. So I'm on the spot. I'm trying to think of something.
That while the rest of us are jamming to Funky Town, Cheryl's listening to audiobooks. And this is what,
but they are mysteries, so you know it's not like like documentaries or anything.
Diversity is the name of the game. There is something for all of us, and you hopefully can relate to someone in everyone. By the way, cake, not just for dessert, but the band. Susie, you are nodding because you know there was a band back in the 80s. Susie and the Banshees.
Huge fan.
Huge fan I was. In fact, the boy I liked in college, well, I guess you could say he was a man, but he was a man boy. And he loved Susie and the Banshees. So I tried to do my makeup and my hair like Susie. And she had her name spelled like you, Siouxie.
I mean, fun fact, I changed the spelling of my name when I was 15 to impress a boy. And I drew it from Susie and the Banshees. And then we became friends. And I couldn't be like, I don't actually spell my name like that because I just wanted to be interesting. So then I was like, yeah, no, that's totally how I spell my name. You know, wow. Here I am, 51, and I still spell my name like that.
Little backstories, the little.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, Angelique, I have never seen clapped so much in one roundtable and laughed. What's going on with you? Are we just or what?
I think
she's Susie tonight.
Okay, wait a minute. Deborah Ford just said it. Rapper's delight. I said a hip hop, the hippie, the hippie, the hip hip, the hoppy. You don't stop a rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the river, the boogie to beat. Like, that was my jam back in the day. Melanie's laughing at me. Sorry, folks, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to make a playlist. All right. You can tell that, oh my gosh, someone said that our hotel must have really good drinks. That's why we're acting like this. This is a completely sober roundtable, ladies. We're just giddy with joy that we get to be together. All right, so we're going to do this. It's 10 minutes before we run out of time. We normally ask the roundtable people to give a word of encouragement. I'm putting it out. I'm laying down the gauntlet of challenge to you wonderful people that have logged on tonight. And I want you to drop something in the chat to encourage everybody. And we will read it and we will name you by name. Come on, first thing that comes to mind to encourage the roundtable community, because remember, we are all in this together. And it's not just those of us who get to be on screen. Okay, say what Deborah Ford just said. What'd she say? I gotta put my glasses on.
You are not alone. I'll get that one.
Perfect.
Get the next.
Perfect. Someone else read another chat. Go for it.
I Am Worthy by Sherry Thierman. Yay! Yes!
Lipedema will not win.
Oh, but Casey's, everyone is fighting a private battle no one knows anything about. Be kind. Yes, that right there. So much that, especially now.
I like Sandy Susanna's lose the shame for 1 hour, then 2, then 1 day, then 1 week. Lose the shame.
Beautiful.
Melissa Fitzgerald, she's one of my new people that we started talking about lipedema. She says, take up the space this week. We deserve it.
Ooh, good one.
Ooh.
Angie,
I'm totally all over the Durkheim. I don't see the rest of it, but it says the antidote to despair is action. Gotta do it. Put to work.
That's right. And Angie Hampton says lipedema will not win.
Lipedema will not win. Someone read Nita Cluis's, because it's going up on my screen too fast. Someone read what she wrote, because I always love what Nita has to say.
Talk to yourself the way you would talk to your kids, lover, or best friend. Oh, Nita, yes.
Melissa Fitzgerald, take up space this week. We deserve it. That's something that I struggle with so badly. You are allowed to take up space. You deserve that space.
Yes, you do. Wow. Don't take no for an answer, especially from yourself. Ooh, that was a really good one. Attitude is everything. Invest in yours. There's a lot of good stuff. I know, aren't they awesome?
I like what Elizabeth Castillo said. She said, be good to future you. Take action now.
I love that.
I think you have to save this chat.
Yes, indeed. Lori H says, sometimes this care seems like a part-time job and an overwhelming amount of work. But all the actions and daily consistency makes a difference over time and so worth it. That is so true, Lori.
It's kind of nice to turn the tables and have our wonderful friends that have logged on be a little bit of the stars tonight.
Yeah.
You to know that you are appreciated. You make the roundtables work. You're awesome. And you know what? Even if you don't have lipedema and you're logging on tonight, you've got some words to say too. Put them in the chat. We want to hear from you. We've heard from so many different people. There's Lisa from New York and Leela Campbell and Lori Hunt. Names I've never seen before.
Yeah. Welcome.
I love that. Welcome. welcome. This is a safe place. And also this is a funny place. Can you tell?
Love your lumps. Sandy, that's awesome. And don't run with scissors. That's great too.
Now I'm singing the Humpty Dance.
But you're not singing. I mean, I sang
the Humpty Dance.
That's all I get. 3 words. 3 words. Casey, we get to meet you, and I'm so excited. She says, welcome to this incredible community of the most supportive women in the world. She said, if anyone needs love tonight.
She says, anyone new tonight, she's welcoming that.
Yes. Oh, good. We like that.
Casey, what are you doing while you're watching?
Yeah, she always posts these great things, like either she's in costume. Oh, she's listening to awful karaoke. Are you referring to us?
That's great.
Referring to us. Oh,
she's in the lobby. Oh, wow.
Wow. Safe travels. For those of you that are coming to FDRS in Cleveland, be safe. Just know that we cannot wait to meet you. You think you're going to be stalking us, but we'll be stalking you as well. And for those of you who can't make it to Cleveland, you might be able to log on virtually. So that's a thing. But then also everything that we learn, everything that we're inspired by, we're going to bring it back to you. We always will. Every month, you can count on it. The 3rd Wednesday of every month, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here. So I want to go around while we have just a few more minutes. Any final words for our friends out there? Go for it. Linda Ann Kahn, why don't you go first?
I just am overwhelmed at your joy and everybody and all these amazing women who I feel like I know you all so well, and I just cannot believe that we're going to be in person. And I just can't wait. And I love you all and all the people who are coming. But thank you, all of you. You're amazing.
You know, can we just all agree Linda Ann is one of the loveliest people?
Yes.
In the world? Yes. And we're always honored to have you at the roundtable, Linda. Thank you so much. PGP, go for it.
So I actually have a little confession and surprise for Susie. So earlier today, I asked her for a photo because I said I was working on a project, but you're coming with us to the conference. We're like that, Susie. And you're going to be with us for all of the things that we watch in our group photos. You're not left out.
I love it.
Oh, God, I love you, Kara. That's amazing.
Perfect. We'll do a selfie with you with that photo. That's awesome. Yes. Susie, leave us with some words of love.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you back. Cheryl.
Well, I guess kind of pulling off of some of the stuff that we were saying earlier, you know, talking about loving yourself and the self-talk and everything. There's also going to always be people on the outside who look at you and make sudden decisions about who you are, but you will know who you are yourself. Believe in yourself and do not let someone else decide who you are for you. You are your own person, and just put it out there. Wherever you are, put it out there.
So powerful. I love it. Angelique.
Mine kind of goes along with the same thing that Cheryl was saying. The lipedema is very depressing. It is a super heavy disease to carry and walk with every day. I want to encourage us all to get into our purpose and find our happy. I feel like there's not something that I've done consistently, not diet, not exercise, other than the pool at this point. But what I've consistently done is try to find my happiness, try to find my purpose and get down to the true Angelique. I feel like lipedema kind of puts this weight on top of your person. But I think it's really important for all of us to get down to our true nature, doing what we love, being around people that love us genuinely, sharing love and receiving love. Don't be afraid to receive it as well.
I love that. And your purpose is unique to you. Comparison is the thief of joy. You be beautiful you. Patty, you get to go last.
Thank you, Cleveland, and good night.
Hey, we'll see you already.
Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland, we love you. We'll see you next month. Bye. What fun, what fun, what fun.